Today, I'm going to show how to prune a 1-year-old or under 1-year-old rose plant. Hello plant lovers, I'm Nishat Subah and welcome to Plantalogy. Today I'm going to share the basic steps of pruning a rose plant. I'm not a professional. The pruning guidelines I'm going to share are referred by Sir Paul Zimmerman, who is an award-winning Rosarian and author. You can check his website, link in the description box. First of all, pruning of a rose plant depends on the weather conditions. For the South Asian climate, rose work as winter bloomers. So before winter, when the nighttime temperature gets 10 degrees Celsius cooler than the daytime temperature, that considers as an ideal condition for pruning a rose plant. And currently, the weather is like that. So here I am going to prune my 8 months old rose plant. Now, one thing I want to highlight is that the pruning guidelines I am going to share will be applicable for almost all kinds and ages of rose plants because the techniques are basic pruning techniques. So if you're pruning your roses for the first time and not a professional like me, then you can go with these basic pruning techniques. Just remember, avoid pruning a tall rose short because that can be stressful for some variety of roses. Another important thing is that if you prune harder, the flower production will be less but the size of the flowers will be big, which done on tea roses. On the other hand, if you prune them moderately, the plant will produce more flowers but the size of the flowers will be small, which is done on floribunda or miniature variety of roses. Now this is a floribunda variety, produce flowers in clusters, so I am going to moderately prune this plant and medium pruning is good for younger plants. Now, before prune a plant, sterilize your pruner or scissor by rubbing alcohol or hydrogen peroxide and obviously use sharp pruning tools for the clear stem cuts. Now step number 1. Remove all broken, dead and diseased branches. Here I found a dead wood and I am going to remove it like this. Not need to make an angular cut. The concern is to remove the dead branches. Then here I got a branch developing dieback. I am going to trim this stem about 3 inches back above a healthy node. Remove this type of stems in such a way where after trimming, no dieback spots will left. Step number 2. Remove weak and thin growth. You will find some weak and thin stems. Remove them, which will help the plant to produce strong growths. Step number 3. Remove crossing canes. Crossing stems reduce the air circulation among plants and by removing them, plants get air which reduces disease and pest infestation as well as develops new growth. Step number 4. Maintain a constant height. It depends on you how short and tall you want to keep your rose plant. Also, how much you can prune depend on plant variety said earlier. Based on plant's age and varieties, prune them but maintain the height. Now here is a key thing. Before trimming, find an outward facing bud eye. Here these two are nodes or bud eyes. If I cut right here, then the new shoots will grow inward, which could develop as an crossing cane. On the other hand, if I cut above this node, the shoot will develop outward, which we actually want, and it will turn this plant into a bushy plant. Now here my plant has grown more on one side and less on another side. It's because of the uneven sunlight. Now I am going to trim this side more than the other side for maintaining the constant height. People also prune a rose plant stem above 5 leaf set areas. But I don't often think about that, so I'm just giving this plant a basic trimming and trying to maintain the heights. Now those who live in winter major countries can prune their rose plant in this way in their summer season. After pruning, seal all the cut areas using fungicide powder and also you can spray neem oil. I will fertilize this plant when it will push new growths. I will provide potassium and phosphorus based fertilizer for better flower production. So that was all. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Support this channel by subscribing and hit the notification bell for the updates. Thank you so much for watching this video and we'll see you in the next one.